In the noise and frenzy of the digital age, it's easy to lose sight of spiritual grounding. This perspective set the tone for the annual summer service week, Living Faith, organized by the Youth and Young Adult Ministry of the Archdiocese of Newark. This year, the birdhouses lovingly built and painted by the teens at Holy Cross Cemetery in North Arlington, New Jersey, are only a glimpse of what the teens encountered and won't soon forget.
The stars are bright, we own the night. The stars are bright, we own. The stars are bright, we own the night. The stars are bright, we own. The stars. The stars.
It's like my first real experience of like seeing a cemetery and seeing a mausoleum, and for me it's a great experience because I've learned things that I've never learned before. Like I knew like you could get buried, I knew about cremation, but I never even knew like a mausoleum type thing existed. When I first entered the mausoleum, it was unlike anything I've ever seen before. I immediately walked in and I was drawn to like each of the different like places people were put in, like all the names, like the expanse walls of names of people and the dates, and for me it was like I couldn't stop looking at it. It was such an amazing place because it's beautiful, and I kept thinking about like how many people are actually in there.
I think it's a good concept, like having something that's like memorializing them and like remembering them, like something, especially like I like when you put things around their grave that like really like capitalizes who they were as a person. Like my grandpa loved golf, so we put like golf balls. He worked at NASA, so we put a bunch of like rocket ship things around it and decorated. So yeah.
I think that customizing that is important because everyone is different, and everyone kind of deserves to have that, to be remembered.
In the circular chapel upstairs, and then there was light ones. Those were just like gorgeous, and like the way they incorporated so many different rocks. Like they had like regular stones you'd have in a garden, and then like the nicely like cut mosaic ones, and then like just like smooth ones that like you wouldn't usually see in a mosaic. I just think it was cool to like incorporate all of those to like create like a galaxy with like the Let There Be Light. Those were probably the most special to me.
I think I used to think more cremated because I know my grandma, one of them was cremated. I think my dad said he wants to be cremated. But then I also thought about it when we were here and we were talking about like planning and like what people would want to do. I guess I'd say I'd rather be buried next to my parents. So I guess it'd be, if I was given the option, to be buried next to my parents.
Being in a cemetery, it strengthens my faith, and it affects my faith, like strengthening it, because I realize, like I've always like seen like death and heard about death, and it's like I've never really like seen an area where like people can be like at peace. I see movies and everything, but it doesn't do it justice. It doesn't give like the Catholic cemeteries justice, because here like I like see like, because it's so beautiful, because everything's so organized, and it makes me feel more confident that all like the Christian families and Catholic families that are buried here, their families can be comforted because they're in a place like this. And for me, it's like I'm so thankful that these places exist, to give comfort for the families and give rest for the people who have passed away.
I think it like builds upon it because, as you guys were saying earlier, it's like really shows how the next step of life, which is death, isn't all bad, and it can be like a beautiful thing, and like it really catalyzes your faith in a way, because it's like it's not really the end; it's almost like a new beginning, and it's a good thing, yeah.